Gyokeres, here we go to Arsenal is what we're dreaming of hearing on this Monday morning at the time of making this video. I urge patience. I do think it will get done. Karma, karma, Arsenal fans. But, it's been a saga. It felt like the saga accelerated 2 weeks ago on Sunday where we saw David Ornstein and all them guys say that, we're putting the necessary moves in place to obviously get Gyokeres. And we're led to believe, obviously, during preseason, our new number 9 would be in. Instead, at this moment in time, people, there still appears no significant progress. We are at the point now, if it's just around bonuses, whether it's all said and done, some of you are saying just pay the money. Some are saying, why should Arsenal pay just because they can? We're at that point now. The only update that will matter is everything's been agreed. Like, not part of the deal. Everything's been agreed. Gyokeres is jetting over to London to begin his medical. And then we decide, and the biggest question around Gyokeres is if he's going to fly to Singapore and Hong Kong and participate in preseason, or is he going to stay at London Coley? And for me, if he doesn't jet off there, obviously there'll be a long time from when this part of our preseason preparations ends to being back in England. We've got 2 friendlies and the boys will be training. But for me, if he's not over there, I don't think he's going to start the season against Manchester United. The same said for Madueke. I could be wrong, obviously, but we'll have to see. We have seen that apparently there's complete deadlock in negotiations between Arsenal and Sporting. And apparently Gyokeres' dad was moved and brought to tears due to the lack of progress, or better yet, talks moving forward. The Portuguese club are determined not to lower their demands, people. But hang about with that because we might see something in that regards, people, that might add more food for thought. We've even seen rumours of Gyokeres to Arsenal on the verge of collapse over add-ons. The journalists are going to milk it, provide every spin they can. We see it in the Portuguese press. Is it fair to think, are we at that point where maybe it's not bonuses? Maybe, it has been dragged out. Sporting have done the most. Gyokeres has done the most. Probably Arsenal have done the most in negotiations. But if it's not bonuses, people, surely it's a thing where Sporting probably got some complications with their own replacement in to replace Gyokeres. And when we see significant progress in that, then we might see Gyokeres be confirmed at Arsenal, or at least a medical. Fabrizio Romano on that kind of topic has said talks between Sporting and Almeria for Luis Suarez have accelerated in recent hours. Agreement closed for the striker to join Sporting, with final details to be sorted this week. That kind of correlates with what we saw a few days ago by, I believe, Nuno Farina of CNN. It makes sense to point out Luis Suarez, Almeria striker and top Gyokeres replacement target, missed training the day after the removal company had gone to Gyokeres' house. Are these coincidences? I don't think there are any coincidences in these things. Do you? So everyone understands what's going on, that we're getting closer and closer to making Gyokeres' transfer official. And now things are starting to align and they have to go like this in tandem. I believe that when Gyokeres is announced as an Arsenal player, a few hours later or the next day, the player, Luis Suarez, will be traveling to Portugal to do a medical and sign his contract with Sporting. Now, Mikel Arteta has spoken on Gyokeres. I can't imagine we all thought he would say something significant. We know it's a political game and a bit of a delicate situation. As you're a manager, you can't really talk on what's going on in the back burners until it's all more or less done. On Gyokeres, though, he said, I cannot comment on any player that is not part of our group yet. There's still a long time, apologies, in the window, and we are seeking to add in terms of numbers, we are short, and we have to improve depth and quality. Now, the man has said it there. We need quality, so to the starting 11, in which that would be Gyokeres. Obviously, you've got Zubamendi. I hope there's another left wing or attacking additions, whether you want to assume that's Madueke or you think Martinelli still starts ahead of him. Let me know. Smash the like button, but that's neither here nor there. How many times have we seen Mikel Arteta over the last 18 months, 2 years now, speak about how small the squad is, whether that's his fault, the club's fault, whatever? That is a manager telling me that we need certain things. So, quality to the starting 11, and we need depth. I think we've more handled the depth, or we're beginning to do that, or you could say that some, depending on how you look at it, you could say maybe we've let one out and one in type of thing. Maybe where it looks like quality and depth, have we necessarily built on anything? I think Zubamendi's better than Partey, but I haven't seen him kick a ball for Arsenal. Madueke could have all the potential if he realizes it, great. If he's going to be a backup for Saka, great. If he's going to cut out a career as a left winger, great. But at this moment in time, is it an upgrade? So just food for thought. Let me know your thoughts, but I don't think the manager said anything we disagree with there. We've gone over the Almeria stuff. You can see I'm excited in it, people. On whether the club are on schedule with their summer signings, I'm very pleased. That's what I'll say. There's a lot of parties and a lot of things to bear in mind to get a player over the line and here. I'm very hopeful that we're going to do it very soon. Now that could be Gyokeres, that could be Gyokeres in addition to other players, that could be something else on his mind. We just never know. Ideally, you want it on day one in pre-season. I think we've done very, very well so far. I'm very pleased with the way the club is supporting the improvements that were required in the team. I think Andrea Berta and the team are doing an excellent job trying to push everything forward. There's still a long time to go in the window. We still have a lot of hope we can improve the team, and we'll try to do that. I mean, hopefully you come true on the goosebumps thing, Mikel Arteta. It's not directly about Gyokeres today, but it can be linked because tonight Sporting made progress in negotiations with Almeria to sign Colombian striker Luis Javier Suarez. That's wavy naming it. So if Sporting is closing this deal for Suarez, it probably means things are advancing and accelerating for Gyokeres. Important to say, Sporting are close to completing the deal for Luis Javier Suarez as a new striker, expected to be done this week. So keep an eye on that one because it could be an important signal in this story of Gyokeres to Arsenal. That was Fabrizio Romano. Mikel Arteta has spoken to the press, and again, make sure you're there for the live stream because we'll go over that, people. But negotiations are ongoing over Gyokeres, with sources telling ESPN the club have agreed an initial fee of around 63 million euros, but further conversations are required to finalize the details of around 10 million euros in performance-related add-ons. Once again, Arteta said he can't comment on the player, and pardon me, we went over a couple of things, but what has he said here? We haven't seen this part. Until that happens, focus on the players we have and focus on them. I'm very pleased with what I've seen in the last 10 to 15 days. It's like shaking the tree again, bringing new faces. They bring excitement, new energy as well. We signed very important players as well. Big up Zubimendi. I think everybody feels that the heights have to go to a different level, and this is what we are seeking, people. We're closing in on a deal worth 17 million for Valencia centre-back Christian Mosquera, as we've seen already, people. I think Mikel Arteta has spoken on the players' mindset, and he said they are fully convinced they can win something. The good thing is I don't have to convince them. They know how good they are and how close we've been. At the end, it's those details that make you make the next step, which is what we all want. It's just working on them and realizing where we are. The basic things that we need to have throughout the season to put us in the best competitive opportunities and chances to have the biggest probability to achieve our goals. That's daily work. That is a responsibility in each individual as well. And apparently rain delayed our training preparations as soon as we've got into Singapore. So it's going to be crazy. Wednesday, we will be doing a watch along because we kick off our pre-season friendlies against AC Milan, people. Maybe Magalhaes knows something we don't. On his goal celebration, potentially related to Gyokeres, I think we all know he's a great player, but he doesn't play for Arsenal. He plays for Sporting. Regarding the situation, I don't think I should talk about that right now. Yeah, let's have it right. You knew he was joining us. Mikel Arteta on Magalhaes has said he played 45 minutes against Watford on Saturday. He looks in good shape, bearing in mind he did have a hamstring layoff, as did Saliba. William Saliba as well. We missed a lot of players at the end of the season, but they all look to be in the right direction and be fit, which is great stuff. Magalhaes has also said, for sure, the players who have arrived are of great quality and are here to add to the team. I believe the club is doing its best for players and for the manager. It's not something we can interfere with, literally, or the players, mate. I really think the club is doing everything it can to bring in the best players. We need to focus more on what happens on the pitch, not on what might come or what could happen, which is true. At a club like Arsenal, of course, what we want is to have the best players. We want to fight for trophies. So we have to have the best in order to do that. We fully trust every player that's here. I believe we're very strong, so we can keep building on that. I believe we're all happy, and the club is very happy with the players who are already with us. Quite the answer from Gabriel Magalhaes. On Zubimendi, Arteta said it was a long, long process. He had a lot of opportunities to decide whether he wanted to come. And the good news is that this club is amazing and everyone wants to come to it. I mean, we'll see in it. He left some very good opportunities to come to us too. We are all very impressed with what we've seen in the 7 to 10 days. Once you have the player there daily, you see his character, his personality, his intelligence, and how much he's going to bring to the team. I'm very excited. You're not alone, man. I think Zubimendi's going to change our lives, but I need you and him to deliver on that because people are going to say, you really are deluded if it doesn't. On Calafiori, big up Miles Lewis-Skelly, but we need Calafiori next season. Well, a big season for him. He looks very excited. We know one of the biggest things we have to achieve this season is availability. Facts. And that says everything, because I won't say that made or broke our season, but it kind of did. It's true the two main injuries we had were on international duty, but these things can happen. Now we want a player that is consistently available and performing at a level he can do, because he brings an energy and unpredictability to the team that we're really going to need. It was certainly a miss last season, and I hope it doesn't end like Tomiyasu. Hopefully that second season with more understanding, a little bit more luck, which I think he will need as well, we can see a great version of him. Facts. Don't think I can disagree there. On the academy players, we want to see Marley, we want to see Max, we want to see them all people. They have the opportunity. The window is open. Whoever knocks hard and kicks that door, we're going to have some games now, and we have the opportunity to see some of them. So it's up to them. So that's the gaffer telling them they've got a chance. They're in the room. Do their thing. Gabriel Magalhaes also said he's progressing quite well where his injuries is concerned. He did say we cannot make any excuses. We haven't had the luck over the last 3 years, but we need to get over the line, and we're close to achieving that. Nice to know Arsenal / Mikel Arteta / anyone in terms of recruitment isn't fully mad. Nicholas Jackson's reps, Ali Barat, who was apparently part of the deal to bring Noni Madueke from said club Chelsea to Arsenal, offered Nicholas Jackson to Arsenal, but the club declined. And apparently this is the same agent of Xavi Simons, people, which we're going to have to see. Seems to be the latest name thrown in. On Saturday, it was reported from England that Mascara had experienced complications with his Arsenal medical, but some sources confirmed this was not the case and that the player had completed all the necessary medical procedures and was simply awaiting official approval. So that's great. Have you lot seen the Isaac to Saudi rumours? I mean, El Hilal is a bit booky. Newcastle selling to themselves. It's like Chelsea with Strasbourg. It does feel like Isaac's head's been turned, based on what Eddie Howe is saying and the Liverpool rumours. I mean, were Arsenal ever in for him? Could we go back in for him? I don't know. These things could be fairly coincidental. And, Arsenal could have been talking with Isaac and got the vibe that he's staying at Newcastle. Liverpool could have done the same, but the difference is Arsenal have moved on. Liverpool went, you know what, F it, we're still going to try. And maybe those things are falling into place. Who knows? I mean, maybe he wants to go to Saudi. The money on offer is ridiculous. Don't tell me Gyokeres has come to the Premier League and, threatening your crown of the best Swedish striker and you're running away. Barcelona apparently will reportedly pursue a move for Rodrigo. I don't believe that, for what it's worth, people. A war for Rodrigo could happen, and apparently Arsenal are preparing an offer now. You do see as many optimistic Rodrigo to Arsenal rumours. You also see a lot of pessimistic ones. I'll believe it when I see it. Just put Eze in the bag, personally. Liverpool are aggressively linked with him, and if rumours were gospel, probably the team you'd expect would sign him tomorrow. But for what it's worth, both Arsenal and Liverpool are known admirers of the 24-year-old, and they have both been tipped to target a transfer this summer. They are set to face shock competition from Barcelona. I mean, for obvious reasons, I think that's not going to happen. News of Barcelona's interest in Rodrigo comes after Court of Side reported that Arsenal are preparing an opening offer worth 80 million euros for the 24-year-old. I'll believe it when I see it, man. Stranger things have happened, though. Stranger things have happened, people. And finally, have you lot seen the new kit that's been announced? Now, 2 new kits out, still no star striker. Cronkies are missing out on the bag. They're in it.